Namaskar. We're going to talk about two things today. One is why all people from South Sudan who have visas and who are staying in United States are asked to leave the country. That's the number one topic. And the second one is Elon Musk on his way out? I've got a few indications on what is going on there. So I will talk about both these topics. First, please like this video. And if you've not already subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. And when you subscribe, please click on the bell notification and choose all. So first off, why does the United States want all the South Sudanese who are on a visa in United States to leave? Well, turns out the answer is quite simple. What it is South Sudan has refused to take illegals from the United States, those illegals that are caught by the CBP, and they are saying that we are not going to take back any illegals. Well, you saw the same drama play out with Colombia, with Venezuela, and many others. And this time, what the United States has said, okay, so if that is the case, then we are going to deport all those of you who are on a visa in the United States. So this is a pretty drastic move, one might think, but this is standard diplomatic, 1-2 punch kind of thing. Except that this time is, instead of having talk, they are going directly towards action. Maybe the United States wants to kind of set a precedent that anybody who says that they will not take back illegals from their country is going to have some severe repercussions. That's what there is. And don't have to worry about, if you happen to be from India and you are on a visa, you don't have to worry about being deported, because India is accepting the illegals from the United States. So that part is done. Many people are also wondering, why is it that some with green cards, some with valid visas are also getting deported? This is a problem. There is a certain amount of trigger response kind of thing. I think what is happening is Trump administration thought that 11 million should be easy to catch. They're finding it difficult. This is my analysis. They are finding it difficult. So they are trying to take the easy way out. Any small variations from the normal, they see it, they are flagging it and saying, oh, this is not good. This person has to be deported. But one problem that the current administration has is those of the illegals who want to really hide, they know how to hide. United States is a vast country. And they have been tucked away in various places. Now remember that Trump won on November 8th, and by the time he took office, which was in January, they had 2.5 months. So the Democrats are pretty sneaky that way. I mean, anybody would be. There is a goal behind doing this, to flood the entire country with illegals and have one world order. That has been the new world order, where there will be no parties, no nothing. Some bunch of oligarchs will rule the whole world. The danger here is, the surprise is, how close did they come to doing that? Because even now, you can see in Europe, they are trying to force a lot of verdicts in a certain way. That's not the people's verdict. Marine Le Pen being arrested, and French elections have been stolen by this group that's currently still in power. And they are trying to do the same thing with Germany too. Who knows what else is going to happen? So a lot of turmoil going on, and something similar to that is what they wanted to do in the United States. And now the Customs and Border Protection is trying to find people who are probably hidden here and there. They need a little bit more work. I think they're also short-handed. This will work itself out. It's only 70,000-80,000 so far gone, and many more to come. So that's the first part. The second part, what is happening between Elon Musk and the Trump administration? We've been hearing news that Elon Musk is going to leave today, he's going to leave tomorrow, and there have been many instances. Well, one thing that has recently happened is that Elon Musk had a spat with Peter Navarro, who is the trade advisor to President Trump. And he said that Peter Navarro doesn't know anything about trade. And then he went on for a rant. There is, if you go to x.com and look at Elon Musk, you can see he just went on a tirade, as a matter of fact, and called him names. And basically he was expressing his frustration. I mean, the thing is, what is the reason why he's so frustrated? Well, for one thing, for his role in Doge, people are who have Teslas are being attacked on the streets, and the Tesla stock has taken a beating. And he knows that to manufacture Tesla cars, he has to import parts from various countries. For example, batteries have to come from Japan or China. And I have the notes here. Electronics are coming from Taiwan. Chassis is coming from a different country. So by the time you compute all these tariffs, then what is going to happen is the cost of his car is going to go up. And I think that's probably what has got his goat. But Peter Navarro said that he understands that Elon Musk is a businessman first, and he's not happy with the tariffs. Elon also suggested that there should be zero tariffs between EU and United States. Well, it's easier said than done. Many people's living is on just doing this arbitrage and making sure that they can construct some barriers. And they are afraid that once the barriers come down, that somebody else will come and flood their country with cheap products. I mean, that's exactly what China is doing, isn't it? So this is a back and forth battle. This is not the only thing. Elon Musk got invited to a Department of Defense briefing, which I think irked Trump also, that how come this guy is being a part of this one, because there were a lot of things that were discussed in the Department of Defense meeting. I mean, they do all this games. They model all the things. Conflict with this country, what do you do? Conflict with this country, what do you do? And if that country comes up with a new technology, arms or something like that, how do you counter that? So they'll say, this is how we are going to counter it. So these gamings happen as a matter of standard operating protocols and procedures, and presidents routinely get briefed on these things. So there was a surprise when they found Elon Musk sitting in that room, especially when they were discussing about a possible war with China. And so that was again explained away, but it did happen. Not only that, Marco Rubio got confronted one day in a meeting where Elon Musk asked him to his face, what have you done? So some friction going on. Remember, Elon Musk is an entrepreneur. He's got a fairly successful track record. The guy comes with a fair amount of ego. Maybe he's not happy with some of the things that is happening, but these are all par for the course. I think we should always remember that Trump is trying to change a lot of things. He may not succeed in all of them. But tariffs is something that is a must. This has to happen. There's a short-term pain. You're also seeing stores now saying that from the next few days, you're going to start seeing 30 to 35% increase in all our prices, sort of like telling them, hinting them, load up today. But that's a one-time thing. After that, you'll have to pay until the prices start coming down again. In fact, Jim Cramer has suggested that tomorrow is going to be really bad. It's going to be a bad Monday, that stocks are going to crash down. So far, the US stock market has so far lost 8%, and there may be more losses down the road tomorrow. So brace yourself. I hope you have braced yourself. And Elon Musk is also having trouble dealing with Susan Wiley, the chief of staff, because Susan is not very happy about the fact that Elon sometimes does not share what he's going to say on X, what he's going to say on a meeting. For example, he took a chainsaw to a meeting saying this is what we are going to do to try and save money. Because what happens is these are moments, optics that are captured, and then when the next midterm elections come, the opposition is going to play those things and say, like, this is what these guys did. And it will be exaggerated, memes will be created. So this is the concern of the Trump administration. I don't know where this is going to end, but certainly I think, something needs to happen. Elon Musk also needs to cool down, in my opinion. That's what I think should happen. And that's all I have. And a couple of questions here. I'll address this and then I'll wind up. Next, the first question is from Nitya Kalyani. Will Ilhan get deported? Well, I don't know. A few people have already raised this question. It's up to Kash Patel. I don't know how much there is on his plate. We already did one program on what has Kash achieved so far as the director of FBI. There's an impressive list of things. Remember, the first goal among the illegals is to catch all the dangerous criminal elements and get them out of the country. And that's why they have got this huge mega jail in El Salvador, where they want to put them at least until they can find a way to get them back to their home country. But even in the home country, they can't just be left loose. Because especially in Venezuela, you have a problem. Nicolas Maduro has been told, he himself claimed this, that Biden told him to send the worst criminals to United States. And under whose order did Biden say that? No one knows. So these are all pretty messed up. We're going to do a program with Sridhar Chittalaji next, on just the illegals aspect of this. How, what are all the different ways in which people were brought in, and that's going to be very, very interesting and also very worrisome for people, because this was a completely well-oiled, smooth machine that, they had offices in Venezuela. How to illegally go to United States? You could sign up there, you got a lot of help. It's really, really sad how, United States stuck it to itself. Next question from Krishna Kishore. Now Nancy Pelosi is still trading on top. Trump administration leaking to Democrats? I don't know what was the question. Even now, Nancy Pelosi still trading on top. Trump administration leaking to Democrats. I don't know what the question is, Krishna. If you could rephrase it, that'll be great. Next question from Harsha Rao. Sriji, what about reports of elderly parents from India being asked to sign forms to surrender US green cards? Okay, there is one possibility that could have happened. If you are on green card, I think the longest time you can be away from United States, if you see, this is a permanent resident card, and permanent residency means you are going to stay here for good. And I think the longest time period you can stay away from United States is 6 months, I think, although it could have changed in the recent past. So if you want to stay longer than that away from United States, you need to get something called as a re-entry permit. And it's like a passport. You get actually another thing. And you need to use that. Then I think you get up to 18 months or something like that. So you have to come back within that time. And is it possible that they may have made a mistake in the calculation? I'm just asking you because it seems like the elderly parents probably went back to India for during winter, and they wanted to come when the weather is improving in the United States. Maybe there was a miscalculation or some other technical problem. I think that's what it could have been. We don't know. But I would urge the CBP to kind of make sure that only the really bad cases be deported. At least they should be given a chance to access a lawyer to find out what exactly went wrong, to see if that can be fixed. Krishna wants to know, Sri, Nancy is buying low and selling high from last 4 months before regular investors. Is Trump administration leaking those moves on tariffs to Democrats? Krishna, 6 to 8 months ago, many people sold stocks, and they felt that the valuations were sky high. That was unrealistic, especially on the Max 7 stocks. And so they may not have got all the upside, but now they can wait and see if the stock market starts going down. Also, this is a measured move. It's letting off steam from the market. Trump has himself said that I'm doing this. I want this thing to crash a little bit more. Remember, this is not be all and end all. This is just a beginning step to take care of a lot of other things. In a few hours, I'll be talking about how Germany wants to get back all its gold from the United States and what are the implications of that. You know how we are saying that UK people are taking gold out of UK London banks and sending it to New York. Right now, Germany is playing the reverse. Germany wants all its gold back from New York. What are the implications of that? We are going to see that also in about 3 hours' time. I'll be putting out an update on that. Harsha Rao, Sriji, do you think Trump will negotiate on tariffs? Why such random high numbers on tariffs? Bad for economy, isn't it? No, he is willing to negotiate on tariffs. As a matter of fact, there's a statement that 50 countries are negotiating with the United States on tariffs. The way they calculated tariffs, although I didn't get the numbers exact as far as India was concerned, is they found out how much was the deficit the United States has with that country, and they divided it by the amount of the amount of net import that the other country had, and that number is what they came up, and then they halved that. So if that number was 50, then they made it by 2 and gave 25%. That's how they calculated. This will work itself out. The idea is to first shock you. Remember, this is the strategy Trump is using: shock and awe. Shock you first, and then make you into acting, but you're always acting on the defensive after the shock. So I don't see any country saying that, okay, this is how I'm going to be, I'm not going to move from here. So that's where things are. Ashish, how are you? I'm doing well, Ashish. I hope you are also doing well. Kunal wants to know, India is also facing pressure from USA and UK to accept trade deal in their favor, in their terms and conditions. Somebody needs to stop Trump madness. His tariff war is getting too much. Kunal, as far as I know, the free trade agreement with UK has been stalled, and with the United States, that is still on. That is almost there. We'll find out soon. Okay, that's all we have. Thank you very much, viewers, and thanks for the support. And I really like to have this during midday talks. I might come back tomorrow also, depending on how the stock market does. Stock market for me ends at 1:30 my time. 2 o'clock, I have enough time to gather my thoughts on how the market went, what are the tailwinds and things of that nature. So I'll come back tomorrow also, same time. Namaskar.